about to get started here, folks. No. You did everything right but your shit. Huh?
I am so hungry. That don't make no sense.
You hungry?
Yes.
You didn't eat?
Not after work.
Why you not eating?
I was busy. I need to stop watching Walmart. And yeah, I had to hurry up and go home and get the ring lights.
Gotcha.
The ring.
I'll eat after this.
There we go.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. The whole little here, not here thing. You know, Dink One don't read text messages. My bad.
Actually,
My bad.
you're right. Clearly, I was like, oh, I'm in the right spot. We good. I'm waiting on them. I'm like, 6 o'clock. Ain't nobody showed up. What's going on?
What's good, man? Well, y'all, I'm already the host of the podcast Sturgis_ in the lab, but you know, we're presenting something brand new. We're presenting something different. 3 strong believers. I guess that's the very first and foremost thing we can say more than anything else. Yeah. My name's Rayvon.
I'm Jakaya.
And I'm Dink One.
And so a pleasure to have y'all with us. This is gonna be just y'all kind of getting to know us, and also kind of us rebounding a little bit as well. Just you know, life get busy as an adult, and you don't see each other at school type deal. So you know. So Dink One.
Yeah.
You know, police officer.
Uh-huh.
Police officer. How'd you get into that? Why'd you choose that? A lot of people always have that question for a police officer, especially a young one, a guy who just joined.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do it for?
So I've known since I was 10 years old what I was going to do. 10 years old, my Uncle Willie Williams was a police officer, so I've already seen positive men in uniform. So I literally have infatuation with that. My granddad did a lot of stuff in uniforms, whether it was working railroads or tracks or whatever he was doing. I always seen a man in uniform. So policing, I knew I was going to do that at the age of 10. And the reason I knew that was because every time I saw a police officer, they were helping. Whether it was at school, whether it was outside of school. When they showed up, I knew help was coming. And I wanted to provide that same relief that I got, or I felt that police officers gave to me. I want to give that to other people.
That's amazing.
Right.
Wow, that's amazing.
Just a little something.
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, you can't beat that with a stick. I mean, you kind of did exactly. And then my first question is, since 10 though, it never wavered slightly.
Never.
Like not even slightly. Never. Like not even like the whole little like 10, 12-year-old. You know, the NBA, NFL thing.
Never.
Like wow.
So as much as I love sports, I knew I would never play it. I knew I would never play them. Simply because I was so good at so many other things, me playing sports would be a disservice to what I was great at. Because I wasn't going to give basketball everything. And me and Coach Kadero Crawford, shout out to Kadero Crawford, we talked about this. I tried out for basketball 11th grade year. Didn't make the team, and he told me why. He said I didn't need a ball handler. I mean, I needed a ball handler, but I was a defender. I knew what I was. I didn't want the ball in the office. I didn't want to shoot the ball. I wanted to guard the best player. Who's the best player? He ain't going to be the best player. That was my motto, right?
Right.
But I knew I didn't love basketball enough to do it every day. It was not something I could do, wake up and train every day to do. So I said, well, why would I even try out and take up a spot for somebody who actually wants this?
And that's a lot of things that a lot of people don't understand about like getting a job or picking a career. It's like you have to be willing to wake up at 6 in the morning and do blank.
Bro,
and are you happy, picking up a basketball at 6 in the morning? Because you got to work out probably 2 or 3 times a day if you're seriously talking about the NBA.
You see what I'm saying? So, and that's why I chose my careers the way I did, with joining the police force, then going to the Army. I chose those jobs because I could get up and do that every day without thinking about it. Right. I can protect people without thinking about it. I can pull my weapon out and protect people without thinking about it. I can break up fights without thinking about it. I can run without thinking about it. So, I mean, it just made sense for me to do it. So that was just it. What about for you, bro?
Well, right now I'm not even really sure what I would do as kind of like a base career. I really don't. I really have not kind of found my thing yet. I do know I want to do this. Yeah. But like when it comes to like going out there right now to go to pick a job, I have really no earthly idea.
Gotcha. That is interesting.
Truly.
That's very interesting.
I really
when you
don't.
say you want to do this, what do you mean?
I definitely want to end up in a position like a Tucker Carlson or something like that. Someone who's out there giving quality thoughts, educated guesses, and nice media to everybody else. I want to go to the jungles where there are the the worst cases of certain types of infections. What are they doing about it? I want to go find out what other countries are doing about their medicine. I want to find out why there's so many ingredients in our food, but over there it's not as many.
Yeah, FDA. We're going to talk about that in a second.
Yeah. A lot of 3 little organizations.
But yeah, that's a strong one right there. What about you, Miss Jakaya?
Okay.
Oh, here you go. Turn this to you. Don't be shy. There you go.
All right. So
There we go.
I'll start back to when I was a kid.
Okay.
You knew you was a kid too?
Yeah.
I'm the only nigga with no imagination.
So I always wanted to be a teacher.
Okay.
I love to teach. You know, my mom, she got me the whiteboard. You know, and I used to act like I was a teacher, so I always wanted to be a teacher. Up until I want to say I got in middle school, you know, that changed, and that's when I became confused. Like, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And when I got in high school, you know, they started really pressuring that, you know, you have to go to guidance and have those talks, but I couldn't come up with anything. I was just trying to research on what's going to make me the most money, you know. So something that sounded interesting was a criminal investigator. I was like, okay, knowing I am not into that at all, but I was like, okay, they make good money, but when I really thought about it, like, it started getting a little hard because we was about to get ready to graduate, and I couldn't come up with anything. And then I sat down and I thought to myself, like, what do I really want to do? And I thought back to when I was a kid all the way up until that moment. I know for a fact I am very good at acting. And I never thought that I could become I was like, that's not even in the question.
Actress.
Actress. There we go.
I was like, that's not even in the question, but like after watching a funny
having a little fun, huh?
Oh my God. So yeah, after watching like a movie or something like that, I would always try to act it out at home, you know, doing little stuff like that, and I can do it spot on, and you know, go in my parents' room, show them stuff, you know, but I just never thought like, I'll never be there. That's what I told myself, I would never be there. But after being in musical theater for 4 years all throughout high school, and drama for 2 years, and then doing my my first play, and seeing all the kids, they really thought we were celebrities. They wanted our, autograph. I'm like, that made me feel good. And, you know, after some plays, I can't remember the guy's name, but he came up to me as a teacher. He was like, you are really good. Like, you are great. Because I know the last play that we did, I think I auditioned, but I didn't think I was going to get a big role. I think she gave me 4 or 5 different roles, and one of them was a main character, and I was just so shocked, like, why me? You know, Miss McCorkle always believed in me when I didn't believe in myself.
Gotcha.
So just looking back at all of that, I was like, why am I even questioning myself so hard?
This is what I can do.
This is what you can do.
I know I can wake up and do it anytime, literally all throughout high school. When you said you would see me and I would get serious on my phone, I definitely was writing out skits. That's all I would do, you know, but I don't know, I didn't tell myself. So once I went to guidance that last time, you know, I was telling her, I want to be an actress. And she was like, well, you're going to have to, you know, have that as your plan B, but what you gonna do, like, for real? What you gonna do? And I'm like, that's what I want to do. I don't want to do nothing else. And she was telling me, you know, that's a little harder to get into, so come up with something. I was like, no, that's exactly.
I was like, no.
Yeah, like,
something else.
That's what.
Did you not hear me the first time?
Right. That's my plan A. I don't have a plan B.
Got you.
So, and I feel like that's what I'm here for. That's
perfect. So I got a small question for you. So you post a lot of good stuff on Facebook. I'm a real big motivational guy. I like to motivate people. I like to live by my motivations. And you posted something today that hit me so hard, and it said, people say I've been through a lot, or you've changed a lot.
Yes.
And then the response was, a lot has changed me.
Yes.
What does that mean to you?
What does that mean to me? I just feel like people don't look on the inside. You know what I'm saying? they want to, a lot of people, they'll have a problem with it.
Yep.
You know, oh, you just really changed. But you have to really look on the inside. They don't know what I've been through.
Right.
So don't say I have changed a lot. No, a lot has changed me. Turn that around. Yeah, a lot has changed. I done been through a lot. And
well, I'll give a small story too.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk too much, but it was something that an old man told me, and I won't say his name, but an old man, he told me, what do you do when you ask somebody how they're doing and they tell you they're not doing good?
And you very often don't get that answer. You get that automated, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm good. Everything's great, And one day I was at work here, and I asked the guy, how you doing? He said, oh, I'm not doing good, officer. And before I even knew it, I'm like, okay. And I'm like, oh, wait, he's not doing good. Don't say okay to him, not.
Right.
And sat down, and me and this guy had an hour conversation right here at the depot, actually, right there on those steps. We had an hour conversation, and this man was thinking about hurting himself. This man had lost his kids, lost his wife to a tragic car accident. He had just came back from serving time in the military, and he was not okay. Like, not okay at all. What do you do in those situations? And that's why I said I know I've been built for this job and doing things like that, because policing is more, to me, policing is more than just the gun and the badge, right? And I tell people all the time, this gun and the badge don't mean nothing. If you don't know Denquan Lucas, because people don't respect Officer Lucas. They respect Denquan and Lucas. They know who I am outside of the uniform. So if I'm a great person, this job becomes very easy.
And it's also very easy for you to, that I wanted to point out something that you do is like you're very active on social media. And it's very easy as a police officer, mayor, governor, just any example of those kind of positions, to kind of slow down on the posting. To kind of slow down on what you think's funny because somebody else might not think it's funny. Right. And it's very easy to do that, but you have a very great online presence still. Right. And it's very much hey guys, I'm still Denquan. Right. Yeah. Because I'm still Denquan Lucas first.
And a lot of cops before a lot of cops get off social media. A lot of cops don't post, And I'm in the military too, so I'm not really supposed to talk politics.
Military too, yeah.
Listen, I don't care. Yeah. And it's not that I'm putting my job in jeopardy, but you have to realize, first of all, I have freedom of speech. I don't have freedom of consequence, and I know that. But you have to get to the point where you can't suppress people's emotions. Because if you tell me we live in a democracy, my opinion matters, right? So,
and it should 24/7.
Not just it should
24/7. One thing I disagreed with was a couple of people on the upper ends of things. I'm not gonna say their names and stuff right now, just because it's a whole nother podcast to talk about them and the blank. But they were talking about how there should be like even censorship when it came to like Facebook and like Twitter and stuff like that. And I got the idea, like I got the point. But what was being censored was like a completely waste of time. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it would. I'm not kidding. Someone sent me a friend request. I clicked on their profile picture. Their profile picture was one of those little memes where it was just like a dude outside his house, farmer standing a shovel, and it said, "This country needs God. This country needs freedom. We need love." Some average ass thing to say. Yeah. I had to click on fact checkers to see that post. Really? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, you know what I'm saying? So like, so I feel like we should continue to get back to respecting people's opinion, because you were talking to people from the other side I seen on Facebook, and I was talking to people from the other side on Facebook, and like we talked about before, me and you voted oppositely. 100%. But like we talk to people,
right? Because it's a conversation.
Because it's a conversation. And we were attacked, right? Immediately attacked. I feel like we've been taught that, hey, don't talk about it because this person is going to do this and they're going to die on that hill. The only hill I'm dying on is that Jesus died on the cross.
Yeah, both. So question.
That's the only hill I'm dying on.
Question. If you want to share your political views. He obviously is a Trump fan. I'm a Kamala fan, right? Right. Where were you at on that?
Okay. I really don't get into politics at all. Okay. And I know I did just, I had a Bible study or whatever. And I know my Bible study teacher, she was trying to tell me, like, we not really supposed to. But honestly, though, I think I was leaning more towards compliment.
Okay.
Yeah, but I honestly don't. I'm not real educated with politics. I just honestly don't know. I don't ever get into it. Which is
understandable.
Which is understandable because
sure.
they make it such a battleground, and the media has ruined it.
Right.
They've ruined it. They've by calling Donald Trump the next Hitler, and saying that black people are going to be slaves, and like just with like the extremities of the propaganda. It's like, hey guys, we don't think his tariffs will work. You need to watch out for him. He's gonna empty your pockets. It's just like, whoa, just like we know you're passionate about, and you should be passionate about what you're doing.
Right.
But like,
don't spread misinformation.
Let's slow.
That kind of was scaring me. Now, like I said, I really don't know much about it, but the post I was seeing, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
Right. And and one thing I want to talk about, and this is kind of like the most important thing along that matter, is that me and Denquan already knew. I feel like we already kind of had the same mindset for after the election, no matter who won, was that now it's time for us to lock in on our administrators, our principals, our governors, our senators. Those people actually aren't that far away.
Right.
Like they're not too far of a drive away for you to come up in office, and to call and make a meeting.
And they have the most direct impact to your life right now.
On the day-to-day basis.
Your sheriff, my chief, like they have the direct impact on your life.
Yep.
So those are the things that we need to be paying attention to for sure. People who are on these boards, we need to know.
Yep.
I didn't even know all of the board meetings are open to the public. Why aren't we attending these board meetings to see what they're teaching our kids?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. I have a problem with something that's in the school system now, and I'm gonna talk about it because once again, this is my opinion. There could be something very well thought out about this, so I'm not here to insult anybody. So there could be like some math to it. But I'm at the house, and my daughter's at the age where she's learning how to read and stuff, right? But I'm sitting at home with her, and she's sounding out words, and she can't sound out. She's not putting together the letters. Like when CH comes together, she's not going ch.
Right. Yeah.
She's going huh.
Yeah, and I'm like, why are you doing that?
That's how they teach it though.
But that was so weird. That's so backwards to me.
Yeah.
You're not teaching them how to break down a word. You're teaching them to memorize words.
Yeah.
Did you know?
And then you're teaching them to break. I mean,
they change math.
They teach the breakdown later.
Bro, Common Core math is crazy. They changed the way they do math.
Yes.
It's no longer long division. They put numbers in damn boxes now. I said, if you do not stop right now, because I'm about to get pissed, because that is not how you do this.
I'm telling you, because math was my favorite.
Math
was my favorite subject.
Right.
And my little sister, my mama, she'll get mad at me because she think that I just don't want to help. And I'm like,
look closer. I was about to say.
I'm sorry.
No, you straight.
Yeah, so
I just want to make sure everybody can hear you.
My mom would ask me to help my little sister with math because she know I was good at math. But the stuff she gave me, I was like, I don't know what this is, but I just didn't understand it.
Well, I would
These
just
are things that are being
exactly
talked about at the board.
Yeah, and this
that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Exactly, and we should become, and it should be a more common practice.
Yeah.
Right.
To like, hey, twice a year, me and the wife, or just you yourself, if that's the way y'all family want to do it, we should go to a board meeting.
Yeah.
We should go to something that's held and open to the public. Like who's our enacting mayor currently? Because Benji's not.
I know Miss Corley, but a lot of people don't know that.
See, and what position was Miss Corley?
She was pro tem mayor is what they call it. So she was next in line. So.
Oh, okay. So wait a minute. So she got like the second amount of votes type deal.
I don't even know how that works.
How does that even work? Like how you get picked for second place? How you get picked for backup? I want to be second string mayor.
Right. Can I just go and put in my little application?
Right. Yeah.
But I don't. I think the biggest thing is ignorance with our community kills us.
Yeah.
Just not knowing something hurts us so bad. And when you do know, what you do with the information is another thing.
Indeed.
But
Indeed, it is.
It baffles me. It really does.
And I said my little thing because I was just kind of confused how that worked because I mean they do eventually teach them the ch and stuff, but I'm like, why is that after?
Right.
why is that after them putting together word? Because like I said, you're teaching them to memorize words and not actually learn them. English language is a very very difficult language.
It's the hardest.
It's a very, very difficult language.
It's the hardest to translate from. The very.
But also too, another thing that I see is I see in a lot of kids just a lot of sugar in their diets too, and I want to point that out as a concerned parent. I see it in their kids. I see it in their eyes and stuff like that. I look down at kids and they'll be like, oh yeah, they just kind of have a hard time doing some stuff. I'm looking at these kids, and I did a long diving study at what does sugar look like in your child. What does because everybody will be like, oh you got ADHD, they acting crazy. Okay, just give them ADHD medicine. That's probably what's going. No. Genetics load the gun.
Right.
But lifestyle pulls the trigger. Yeah. What about the lifestyle is different? And I see a lot of these kids, and I look down at that kid, I was like, there ain't nothing wrong with that kid. That kid's sick. Yeah. That baby's sick.
Yeah.
That baby don't eat nothing. Right. I know for a fact she don't. Tell me what she eat. Oh, candy and fruit. Oh, yeah. That baby don't eat nothing.
That'll do it.
That baby don't eat nothing.
Do it.
We know the reaper. We so-called, are gonna get these handed out, these medicines for stuff, but ain't nobody told us why we got it, where we came from. If you believe in Jesus, why did Jesus make you just to not function properly?
Right.
Do you think that was in his plan for you to not function properly? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. But to get back on the other thing, what do y'all think is our biggest problem as a community? And if you have a,
I got a good one for this.
If you have,
let you go.
If you got
you go first.
If you got a moderate solution, or you think a permanent solution,
I got a problem, and my granddad always said, if you have a problem, boy, you better not come to me without a solution. Jimmy Lucas,
then.
shout out to you.
Okay, shout out Jimmy. I'm just gonna double check.
I have had so many people come out to me and tell me, hey, you need to start a mentoring group. You need to start a mentoring program. These kids look up to you.
Right.
And I did. I started my own mentoring program. I was taking 10 to 15 boys out. We were going bowling. I took some suit shopping. Wow. And I don't post this stuff because I asked the parents first, hey, how do you feel about this? I didn't charge the parents anything. I said you can send them with some spending money, but as long as they with me, they good. They ain't got to pay for nothing. Now, I didn't do all this at one time. I ain't balling like that, but it was, span of months, 2 or 3 kids at a time. And I tried to start it off. And what I was realizing was, and not to those parents per se, no matter what I was doing with that child, they always reverted to what was going on at home. So when they were with me, they were perfect, great kids. But as soon as they got back home to the environment that they were already in, they reverted back.
Right.
They would start back cussing at mama. They would start back, being disrespectful. And the only way you fix that is you start with the parents.
Right.
You have to give the because I'll take my mom for example. My mom, she lost her mom at 9 years old. So she didn't figure out how to become a mom when she had us because she didn't have an example. Mm-hmm. She didn't see women in a positive outlet. So it took her a while to figure out what a mom looks like, right? So until you impact the very source of how that child is going to live, whatever you do on the outside is useless. So to combat that, I would start a parent group, not a mentoring for kids, parent group. Get these parents financially stable. Get these
not only I love what you're talking about. Financially stable, financial literacy, as well as like sometimes, especially the way some people are just stubborn. They need to hear. Sometimes some people they really don't know. They don't. They really need to. They really need to hear when they come into the parent thing and their wife bring up this. And you're like, and you look around at the guys. Am I right? And the guys look around like,
no,
no, you're wrong. And there's a lot of people who cannot quite grasp.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially as a male, I don't always just think that I can quite grasp what Jazzy's thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Or how she's processing it.
I'm gonna tell you,
she's a woman.
It's a work. I'm gonna tell you, it's a work. Tashara Janae Lucas, my wife, it's a work. I love that woman to death, but her mind is so different than mine.
Yeah.
But it's so perfect. And it takes me a while because, like you said, I'm stubborn. I'm one of those that don't make sense to me, so I ain't doing it right now.
Yeah.
I do it my way and do it, and then 5-10 minutes later, I'm like, damn, she was right. Yeah, now I got to go tell her she was right. Now I got to go tell her she was right. Now I should have did it this way from the jump. But like I said, until you impact the parents and that lifestyle that they're in, starting a mentor group would be useless. Unless that child is going to stay with me, it's useless. Because I know I provide a great environment for that child. But you can't tell a child who stays in the projects around guns and drugs all day long that, hey, you have a brighter future. You know, listen to 21 Savage and Young Thug every day. Hey, you could go be the president of the United States. But he looks up to Young Thug because his mama listened to Young Thug and Censorship and Glorilla.
Right.
Not that those aren't wonderful people. Hey, God has his way with y'all. However, no.
Yeah, I always
you know?
tell the people all the time, you know, like I try to reference that scripture in the Bible where it's like the eyes are the what is it, like the you can see it, like the eyes are like the it's like it describes in a certain way, but it's like to the soul type deal.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then it describes the ears as well too. And I always tell people, for example, it's like the dude who just shot up your house, spent the block, and shot it up again. Was he bumping Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know?
Was he bumping Taylor Swift?
He was in
And
I feel that.
and that's
I feel
and that's exactly why I made a video a long time ago of talking about if that's the kind of music I gotta listen to, if my pants got to sit below my ass, if I got to do any of that, I would be purple, I would be alien. Hell, I know some Mexicans who will take me in. I would be anything else other than this very, very tainted version of what you call black.
Why do you think, and Kamala pissed me off with this so bad with her campaign. She spent way too much money on the wrong people, but we'll get into that another time. Just me and you, because she's not a political person, so we'll do that. But like,
I know, I heard about
Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla on stage. Anyway, we'll go somewhere else with that. But you have to get to the point. What are your kids seeing? Right.
Yes, because that's so important.
Vital.
That's so important because
it's very vital.
My kid go in the room. There's no full access to YouTube.
Oh no,
there's no full
guidelines.
There's no full access to any of them apps.
I want to say something about that because you are 100%. I'm not going to say these people's names because I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm bashing them.
Right.
But I know someone who, for a while, because of their religion, they kept their kids away from TV. Anything really, just nothing, just straight up,
So no social cues.
Yeah, like they having fun, she having fun with her sister or whatever, whatever it may be, but nothing else.
No electronics?
No, nothing at all.
Okay, so all right, and I just want to make sure I add this on too, just so I'm comprehending everything. No. They had time with other kids type deal, but just no electronics.
Now, if she was on the iPad, maybe playing a game or something, but not for too long. Because of the religion, I don't know the name of it, but, just no TV, no YouTube, no nothing. And she was the happiest little girl I knew, like literally she was just full of life.
Yeah.
But years went by, and I know with the religion, she's still with that same religion, but she's kind of let up on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She kind of let up on it a little bit and let them start, getting on TikTok and YouTube and watching this and watching that. Yeah. And now she just reminds me of any normal old, like got an attitude, talking back. All of that comes with it. So I understand what y'all saying,
Question for you, just piggyback off of his question. Mm-hmm. What is something you think goes on in your community that you can have an impact on right now? Anything that you think
I
you can
have an impact on?
Yeah. Positive impact.
I honestly don't.
You don't know?
No.
Okay. That's a
I do know. Now I have a problem in the community, but I don't know if I would be an impact on it. But
what the problem is?
Yeah.
What the problem is?
Okay. I don't like that they are opening up so many
drugstores.
Restaurants?
But,
yeah. They open
car washes, restaurants. Let's talk about it.
They opening up the wrong things. I feel like we need another grocery store, and
why are they not bringing a grocery store, Miss Hampton?
Why are they not?
Why?
I'm not sure.
That's a great question actually. And I talk to people, and people have talked to me. And
you know why they're not doing it?
Why?
Because we're not going to the meetings advocating for it.
Oh,
because they have city council meetings that nobody shows up to.
Okay.
They have them on Thursdays, and I go to them, and I'm like, where are my people? I post it on Facebook, and people look at the post and don't react to it.
I did not see your
But
post.
as soon as the mayor gets arrested, oh my God, it gets 3,000 shares.
Oh, yeah.
Bad news sales.
Bad news is going to sell.
Bad news sales.
Bad news is going to sell.
Bad-
Right about it.
What is it? I forgot what it is. A pretty face,
Oh yeah.
bad news,
Yeah.
and some drugs.
Oh my God.
Forever gonna sell.
I'm telling
Right.
you.
Forever gonna have a nice price tag behind it.
Because the news won't come and tell you what goes on at the city council meeting unless it's controversy.
Yeah, unless it's city council member gets caught sleeping with such and such, going through divorce. Oh,
Yeah, then you know that's
Cut that
gonna-
on.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
mama, your little
that
sister
on.
gonna know, your aunties and uncles gonna know.
Everybody.
It's gonna be on the front page of the paper. Like, but but people don't understand how this works. And as a county or city commissioner, the job is to bring revenue to whatever you do. Bring revenue to the city, bring revenue to the county. And I don't know if y'all have noticed it, but gentrification is starting in McDuffie County.
Really?
It is. They're building houses around the bypass, all the way around the bypass, and they're bringing these houses. Is it a good thing for the city? Yes, great. However, how are people going to afford them? How can somebody who stays in McDuffie County afford a $300,000 house?
Right.
You don't give a job that pays close to that. $300,000 house, just $2,700 to $3,000 a mortgage a month,
right.
and that's not even interest.
Right.
Who's making that type of money to stay in McDuffie County? You know why these jobs aren't coming? We don't go to the city council meetings and advocate for them. But you worried about the president. You worried about who the president is.
True.
You need to be talking to the mayor. You need to be talking to John, our city manager. You can't tell me. Do you know the city manager's name?
John.
I just said it. It just said it.
If you wouldn't have said that, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have known.
John, last name
That's
Wayne. Wayne Neal.
No, seriously, but he's a great guy, by the way. Mr. John is a great guy. He's brought many things and fixed a jacked up budget for the city. I mean, even
He
the
come on
police.
the podcast, right? My bad. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely ask him. I'm gonna definitely ask
Gotta
him. He's a very informational guy, military guy. He's retired. I will not say his rank. I'm gonna let him say his rank. But he's a really good guy. But these are the things we have to get involved with, because if we aren't involved, then that leaves them to make the decision.
Yeah.
And if they are making the decision, they're gonna do it based off of them and not us.
A lot of them and their interest type deal.
Exactly. So when you think about it, do we need a grocery store? Yes, but what's gonna make more money? That casino. How many? And you work at one of these vape shops. How many vape shops we got in Thompson? How many corner stores we got in Thompson?
Right.
Yeah.
Those are coming. How many lottery slot machines do we have in Thompson?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. There's
We
a
have
whole
no
super lotto store.
We have no skating ring. We have no
That's
bowling alley.
exactly what I'm
and see,
talking.
and
We
see,
need like.
we're gonna talk about we can definitely talk about
Yeah.
those, and that was from
I would love.
I
that.
forgot what time of year, I forgot what time of life that it was, but I was talking to my mom and daddy. They was talking about having one.
Yeah.
They had one.
Yeah.
But there was, they said people went there to act a fool,
Yeah.
and I was like, wait a minute. Hold on, no. If y'all brought that, ain't that another option for some form of security
Yeah.
to be right behind that too? Ain't that another option for some ex-military guy, ex-police officer to make some extra cash?
Yeah.
Right.
Why is that not happening then?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Why was that not already a part of the thing? Because at the end of the day, when you start a business of any kind, you have to flee
Right.
the ones that hang at the bottom, the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I work at a vape store, so I sell a lot of THC products and all that other stuff. When you first open, if somebody come in, you gonna see somebody coming in itching, they will be looking for a meth pipe. They will look around, they'll try to say a couple things, they'll be like, oh, I want a little bowl with a little end on it, long end on it. And I'm like, bro, what you want, bro? I just want a meth pipe.
Yeah.
And I gotta deal with those people first.
Yeah.
Before I get somebody who wanna come in and respectfully practice something
Yeah.
and spend some quality money
Right.
and do that. Why was that I just want to know how that wasn't implemented. How did we not police it well?
I mean, think about it now. What y'all are selling in these vape shops, the Delta 10.
I don't
The
sell
THC.
much. I don't sell much 10, truly.
THC, all this stuff is legal now.
Yeah. They did just take. Governor Kemp did just take away THCA, which was pretty wild.
Right.
That hit us. That hit our business. Hit our business pretty hard too. THCA ain't nothing but like premature cannabis stuff.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Yeah. So essentially, it's just like cannabis. What it was like. It's like picked like 6 weeks early. So technically speaking, it's not cannabis.
Right. Question for you, Jakaya. Why do you think we have not had weed legalized everywhere in the United States?
Why do I ask that question?
Why do you think marijuana has not been legalized?
That's a good ass question.
That is a very great question.
I got a good answer.
What's your answer?
My answer would be, once they legalize it, they won't be able to do what to it?
Sell it.
Tax it.
Oh.
That's their thing about it, yeah, for sure. But my thing is like, I don't even want it legalized. I just want to decriminalize. I don't want their version of what
you gotta run that back. That's nice.
Yeah,
what you just said
I
right
don't want to
there?
legalize. I just want to decriminalize. That's
Yeah.
it.
I like that.
That's
better.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
Because
I like that.
because
I
it's like
agree.
it's like you telling me that's like legalizing almost like yeah y'all,
Dude,
it's okay.
who cares?
It's okay. It's cool. No. What the hell did I need you to say it was okay for in the first place?
Right.
A comment. So you telling me the history of alcohol goes, got alcohol, you get drunk every day, whoop your wife ass, and then they like, oh, okay, we maybe need to chill on the alcohol.
We'll take him to jail and he'll come back home.
Yeah.
We'll beat his wife again when he get drunk. Right.
Yeah. And we're not gonna help her make any money or do anything. So she's probably gonna need him in the first damn place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they went through and like that became the most illegal thing that people were dishing back and forth. There wasn't no weed. Hell, I got a gallon.
Yeah.
Got that lit. Got that shine in the bite.
Yeah.
Got that shine in the bite.
Yeah.
And then they weren't doing nothing about that. Al Capone got rich off of it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I just want to legalize. I don't want to decriminalize, not legalize, because I don't want their version of weed because they're going to keep adding blank and blank and blank to make
when
it
they
stronger
make it, they can do what to it? When they make it, they can do what to it? Tax it.
Exactly.
But if it's growing out my backyard, you can't get no taxes.
Right.
Exactly.
Because if I grow my marijuana and sell it to Jakaya, it's $20.
Yeah.
Not 1975 coming to me. You know. So I think and like you said, from a police standpoint, I hate the fact that a lot of cops chase after just marijuana and a gun because that makes it a criminal. That makes it a felony case. That makes it a felony case. You putting a felony on somebody who wanted to smoke and get high because and you take this. I've been to more calls with people who use alcohol, destroy, kill, murder, rape people than ever. I've never been to a call where somebody was high and something totally just drastically bad happened.
Right.
You high in the clouds, you at the house chilling, probably done ate all your food.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand it because it
But
seems like they happy. You know
it's
what I-
happy, and I don't use it at all. I'm trying to tell you, if it's felony amount, sorry, you got to come with me, buddy.
Yeah.
But I mean,
and just I guess to kind of also put that out there too. A lot of people just don't know the law type deal. What's felony amount of cannabis? What's
ounce, anything over an ounce.
Anything over an ounce.
Yeah.
Is
So
a
anything
felony.
less than an ounce is misdemeanor. Anything over an ounce is felony, right?
So do you go to jail for something under an ounce?
Depends on how the officer feel.
Oh.
So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can go to jail for
Because
anything.
that's why you always say be nice. You make sure you got a donut, wait for him before he gets to the
Get that out. Because if I come to that window and I see a Krispy Kreme, you might not get a ticket. No,
We can talk. We can talk.
Seriously, no. Like you have to get to the point. We have to get to the point where we realize you can go to jail for anything. Anything in that OCGA book is jailable offense. I can take you to jail because you forgot to put your sitting light on. That is jailable. Am I gonna do that? No, because Logan Marshall would be pissed.
Yeah.
You know, Logan's not gonna have that, right?
Which that's a great thing to know, actually.
Yeah.
That's a great thing to know that
All offenses are jailable. Every one of them.
that
I didn't-
You can
it's,
go to
it's
jail
great to
for
know
it.
that your upper is kind of like, hey, bro, don't do no dumb ass shit.
Don't do
like
no
that.
dumb shit like that. Right, right. I mean, at one point, during COVID, we were starting to take people who were driving on suspended license. We had to cite them and let them go because the jail was getting so full.
For real? Wow.
I mean, it was, and we didn't
Yeah.
have they didn't have the necessary tools to take care of people.
Right.
So taking them to jail was actually making it worse. So you have to get to the point where we use this job to help people, because that's what this is supposed to be about. Protect and serve. I serve the people, and I tell people all the time, without you, I have no job. So I'm forever grateful for you, right? And I'm not going to sit here and take you to jail on a less than an ounce marijuana. Like, I'm not doing that. 23 grams of marijuana, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't care.
It ain't that big of a deal for me to be changing the trajectory of your life, because now you become a what? Criminal. And when that goes on your criminal record, you go apply for a job, you got to answer to that criminal charge.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if you say, Officer Lucas charged me with this, and he the reason I can't work. Hold
Hold
no.
the phone,
Hold
brother.
the phone. 'Cause
Yeah.
I would not be the
Phone,
reason
brother.
you got to explain why you couldn't get that job you wanted. And that's what I'm thinking about long term with people. And I tell people all the time, man, you
Like,
make your
dude,
bed.
like, does this person right here need this long-lasting effect
Right.
for them to understand it? Because, like
Right.
you said, some people do.
Right.
Some people do.
You walking around with
So
your
some-
trunk full of marijuana, big pound bag? Sorry, buddy. Yeah, I can't help you here because
Yeah.
why?
Wow.
Why? And I tell people all the time, I don't know a cop that's just gonna come to your house and bust your house for your personal use of marijuana.
That one.
You got a blunt. Nobody's done that. Who cares? You know. But you start getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blunts. You know what I'm saying? Now we're dealing with a different issue. And the one thing that I will chase, I will make a case on you, is if I find out you're dealing with children. I don't care if it's an ounce. I don't care if it's blunt. You giving a child it, Dequan Lucas coming.
Yeah.
But besides that, man, all of them are, officer discretion. Every charge is officer discretion, except for murder. Can't help you there, buddy. But
You kill somebody.
you kill somebody.
Tough.
But I mean, it's this job is. I've learned so much over time. It's ridiculous, and I've learned that if we put the human race first, we'll be good.
Yeah, and I feel like that comes with our beliefs.
Yeah.
And to start there, I would like Jakaya, if you want to start on it. When did you, as a fully capable, full mind and thought, choose Jesus, and why?
Okay, so that's a good question. That's a very good question. So
Great question.
I always believe, like as a kid, my parents, if they believe, we gonna follow
Right.
them. I know I would always tell myself, I'm gonna study. I'll get to it. I'm gonna go to church. But I was just doing it because I knew it was the right thing to do. But when I actually started doing it for myself, like it's something that I want to do. I want to serve Him. I want to get to know Him. I want
finna make
to.
me shout.
Yeah,
saying.
let me
I'm
tell
saying.
y'all. It was literally.
I didn't know the setup.
Okay, so it was literally when COVID had hit.
So this is recent.
This is
Yes,
recent.
it's very recent.
She's like a fresh vampire.
Yes, yes. Like I said, I always believed, but I still didn't know. Like somebody come ask me a question out of the Bible, I don't know.
That's
but-
where we mess up as Christians. But keep going.
Yeah,
Keep
so
going. Keep going.
COVID happened, and on social media, it was really scaring me.
Right.
Like a dude that stay around here, he would get on there almost every day. Oh, y'all, 2020 is our last year. We about to die. Just all types of stuff.
Man,
So guy
those-
said, I got to get my life
and
right
those-
with
And
Christ.
see, listen, let me tell you that, because some people do that. They'll be like, okay, I don't want to die. And it wasn't even that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to feel like I'm only doing it because I know I don't want to,
Yeah. Go to hell. Right,
yeah,
right.
it's not because of that. I just had a lot of questions. A lot of stuff didn't make sense. And I
Right.
was like, let me do my research.
Yeah.
And I would read the Bible. I would understand some stuff, but some stuff I wouldn't understand. And literally, I prayed about it. And I want to say, days later, it's a lady that she been best friends with my grandma ever since I was little.
Yeah.
She would randomly check up on me. So
Yeah.
one random day she checked up on me, but she brought up a Bible study. She was like, and anytime, if you ever think about a Bible study, let me know. I did it instantly. I was like, we can, whenever you want to, let's do it.
Line that up.
Yes, because I really was going crazy. Don't make me laugh. What you see?
Listen, he came out to no dance.
Oh. So yeah, that's really when I started, getting very serious about it. And I love my Bible study. And
That
I
is
do it because I
good.
want to do it, not because I know it's good. It just, I love doing it.
That is amazing. Wow. I mean, my relationship with God has changed so much. And I'll start with Mr. Ware. Douglas Ware. That man was my history teacher, and he questioned with the locks.
Yes. Oh, I remember
He
him.
questioned everything I believed.
W teacher, by the way.
Yeah.
W teacher.
W teacher.
W teacher.
Literally was like, F y'all curriculum, this is what we need to know. But you're going to pass this test too. But, truly, like, yeah, you're going to know the information on this test. You're going to know what this is, but this is what you need to know. And he opened my eyes to everything. And I, in 11th grade, stopped believing in Jesus.
Really?
Yes, I stopped.
Oh my God.
And I went and explored other religions. I went and learned Buddhism. I went and learned Hindu, Judaism. I went and learned as much as I could about every other religion. And it was so funny how convicted I was, because everything I was reading was what I had already knew as a child going to church with my grandma.
Really?
Now, there were differences, obviously, monotheistic God, polytheistic God, one God, more than one God. We knew that, right? But I came back to the same thing every time. God is love. And as long as you love as God loves, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And that's when my relationship with him changed, because I don't talk to God like most people do. Like, yeah, I pray, but me and God, I could be walking. You might see me talking.
Yeah.
Me and God might be having a conversation. I talk my struggles out loud to him.
Yeah, like sometimes I have to put an AirPod in, so people think I'm talking to somebody.
I don't.
And I'm not talking. And I'm not talking.
You all right? Obviously, I'm talking to God. Would you like to talk to him? I want you to stop me and ask me, because now I can share the gospel. And I was gonna come back to your point. Something you said. You said people ask me questions and I can't answer them. As a Christian, you're not supposed to.
Oh yeah.
As a Christian, it's gonna be things that you can't explain. That's why God is God, right?
Right.
It's gonna be some things that you just can't explain, because it's a miracle.
But that's a problem, though, and that's the problem with the scientific world. That's a problem with a lot of people of this earth. That's a problem with the most educated people on the planet. Is they have a problem with not knowing.
Because you came from a monkey.
They have a problem with they have a problem with not knowing. I have yet to see, but truly, I have yet. Have you seen?
So why do we still have monkeys?
Have you seen it?
They're just the dumb monkeys that then turn into humans.
Tell me why I said that. I literally said that to my Bible study teacher. I was like, why didn't they turn over?
Yeah, why didn't they turn over?
The same thing.
And I tell them, I was like, okay, it's cool. All right,
You
they
said
didn't.
the dumb monkeys.
Okay, so it's cool. Maybe. And I give them the benefit of a doubt, and I try to go through it. All right, so maybe we split off in Pangea,
right?
And we went to a more viable state, and they didn't. Cool, but why are they still not adapting? Why is this monkey not still coming out more hairless and more hairless and more hairless? And then why is the 11th not standing up yet?
I love that y'all.
Yeah,
I thought I was the only one that had that thought.
Why is that not standing up yet? And my thing is just that you telling me everything got to come from something, right? You telling me nothing came from nothing and went bang, bro?
Like,
boom!
come on,
nothing came from nothing and made nothing.
Even Albert Einstein believed in God.
Nothing.
Because even Albert Einstein got to the end of it and was like,
like,
you know
this
what?
Don't make no sense.
This don't add up.
Somebody got to be doing something.
People like to divide science and God.
It's
but
one.
When it's the same thing.
It's one.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, I finna say it wouldn't be science.
Because I could never answer this. I could never answer this in particular question. And this in particular question would make me question my religion, and probably would have been the only thing that would have probably made me step away from it. I think we all at one time, if you were highly educated and you ever gave a damn about your religion and what you believe in, you did kind of step away at some point. Yeah. Whether that means saying you stopped believing, or whether that means you stopped going to church for a second because you felt a little type of way, you stopped at some point. You stopped at some point in time.
Right. I'm gonna
question.
let you say what you gonna
What's that question?
What you mean?
You said you had a question.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I do got to get to that. My bad. But it was like, oh, if God exists, why my grandma got cancer? And that was great.
Yeah.
That was great for my 8-year-old mind, because, nigga, I'm 8. I don't know. What are you talking about?
I'm just gonna keep blowing in the mic.
I don't know, right? I didn't know, right? Until you read the beginning of the Bible, and first off, you get that part down to a pat.
Yeah.
Just from the beginning, you find out why there's turmoil, why there's earthquakes, why there's people dying. You find it out in the beginning of the Bible.
Yeah.
Because we went like this and said, we'll figure it out our damn self.
Yeah.
And when we started trying to figure it out our damn selves, that's when all of a sudden we started adding more vaccines, adding 17 more ingredients to food because man said it was great.
Right.
Man said it was wonderful.
Right.
God put enough plants, enough fruits, enough vegetables, enough cows, enough chickens, enough eggs for all of us.
But don't
to
touch
fellowship
this one.
and eat this stuff.
But don't touch
But
this
they'll
one.
tell you they'll sit there and tell you saltine crackers and some random ingredient called yellow 5 and hydrochloroquine is better for you in the morning than steak and eggs.
Yeah. Yeah. Because God provided that.
And I tell people all the time, and I didn't get somebody on the medicine stuff because I was explaining to them the medicine stuff, and they was like, I don't know how I feel about all that.
Yeah.
But then I told them, I was like, why does grandma have cancer at 40 years old?
Right.
Did God do it to her?
Right.
God gave her cancer, huh?
Nah, it was me.
Or do you believe that there was just some mishaps on our end that developed? Because when you get lung cancer, you were a smoker. When you get any other kind of cancer, unlucky.
Where does that come from?
Where does that come from?
Right.
How did that develop?
Right.
As a matter of fact, cancer is it's a clump of cells that's actually eating something. What is it eating?
Right.
Sugar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cavities. They tell you to stop eating. They say you to stop eating sugar because sugar causes cavities. You're feeding the cavities.
Right.
Right.
Because you're eating candy, and then not only do you eat the candy, you ain't sitting there brushing your teeth after you fed no candy. It ain't stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
It ain't stuck. You don't feel it.
Yeah.
So it's sitting right there all day. Boop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a mask.
Yeah. I noticed that when I got my braces.
Like a mask. The sugar just sitting on your mouth.
Yeah.
And everything about your body bad is eating that sugar.
Right.
So that's one thing why I'm glad that we taking a large attack and a large look at some 3-letter agencies.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like is the biggest benefit of the political stuff anyway is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is because Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has actually been active.
Yeah.
And he's actually like, you can't question him in particular because he been doing it with no cameras.
Right.
Won't nobody tell you that guy has damn near put together back entire ecosystems. Fixed whole farms that were losing land and didn't have grass no more and they didn't know why.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's a great point.
Like you just said though, it's just we not asking enough questions.
Yeah.
And we're okay with it.
We're okay
because at the end of the day, accountability.
Ooh, yeah, that was my favorite word.
That's his favorite word, accountability. Because God always gonna do him every day of the week, and He's going to be good, great, wonderful, and everything you need. Every perfect gift is from God.
Come on, man.
As soon as something goes wrong, every single time, I be looking at God. I be like, "What happened? What are we doing?" He picks up the mirror.
Ooh. Yeah, what were you doing?
Right.
Right. Because I told you what to do. You just
And I talked
decided not
to a lot of business people on my podcast, and I wanted to talk to them, and I wanted to dissect what they went through because I was so tired of people telling me what they went through
Yeah.
as the excuse to why they weren't somebody yet to themselves.
Yeah.
Don't be somebody to me.
Right.
Don't be somebody to Dincorn. Don't be
Right.
somebody to your daddy. Don't be somebody to your pastor. Be somebody to
you.
yourself.
All right, Reverend Ray Vaughn.
Ain't it?
That's a sermon right now. You gonna make me go into tongues over here.
I'm telling you, you got to be somebody to yourself.
That is good. That's good stuff.
But just a small chip where it got back serious for me, where I chose God as a full-on adult. I basically blanked out 18 at the age of like late 17-year-old, early 18-year-olds was all Ray Vaughn. No God. I prayed. There was no God there. I didn't practice it. Didn't read the word. Didn't practice what I preach. Had a question that I could have went and got an answer for because I got a $1,000 phone.
Yeah.
That look up everything and can pull up any scripture immediately.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't go get the answers to it. There was no God there.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get to know God.
Right.
What happened was when I got in a relationship with Jasmine, and that plummeted, and everything failed. I stopped smoking nicotine during this time as well too. And then I started asking God, I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? He said, where am I at? I was like, man, what do you mean where you are? See the middle of that table? What about the middle of the table? It's the middle, ain't it? What about the
Yeah.
And before I know it, he just wasn't in the middle of my life. He wasn't the center.
Yeah.
He wasn't the center of my life. There was no time to read the word.
Right.
There was no. I prayed, but I prayed every 2-3 days.
And see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. And we got to get to the point to where, as Christians, we have to make, because you made time for what you want, right? Regardless of what, we made time to make this happen, right? We found a way to make this happen.
Yeah.
Right? We got to stop making the excuse for making, God is the back burner.
Yeah.
Because my life is the way it is, and I'm blessed because I put God first. And like I tell people, if I have ever misrepresented God in front of you, please let me know. If you look at me and you say that ain't of God, I need to know. Because I'm doing a disservice to my God if I'm not the light that I know He put in me, right?
No.
So I'm not going to go in a sermon because you just killed that. So I'm going to leave that alone. But I do want to, if we got a little bit more time in with a final question. Because I don't want to hold y'all here all day long. I know what everybody's got to do. But my final question would be for you, if you want to talk about it. Because you are a woman, and this is why I'm glad we have a woman to give us a little insight on that. Do you have a stance on abortion at all?
Honestly, ask me in another way.
Okay. Do you believe abortion is murder?
Okay. I definitely do.
Okay.
Yes, I definitely do. But I don't want to really judge, because some people.
Yeah.
Some people either are, the R word, or they just have a lot going on. It is some people that just don't care, and they'll, they doing what they doing, and just crazy. But I don't want to judge anybody.
I got you.
Yeah, I just don't want to judge anybody.
So you do believe that it is murder?
Yes.
Because the definition of murder is, with intent and with malice.
Mm-hmm.
You had an intent to kill that child, and
yeah.
it was a malice event. That is murder to the T, right? But what I think we do need to have is reproductive freedom.
Right.
And when I say that, I mean the ability to go and say, this is what is best for my future and the baby's future.
Yes.
Be able to do that and not have to go all the way across the country or to other states to get that help you need. But I do not believe in abortion at all. I will hopefully never be a part of one. Yeah. Because I believe, and people talk about this, but what about the women that are raped or the women that are?
Yeah, they love the.
I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna be quite honest with you, and people probably don't like when I say it. And this is just my argument too. And the people are like, what kind of God would do that? First of all, God gives you free will, right?
Right.
So if you were a victim of something like that, I sincerely and deeply apologize. But if God allowed that to happen, that child has a future.
Right.
It's just that simple.
Right.
It don't get no more complex than that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah. I definitely agree with you. But like I said, I really don't speak on it because people like to get argumentative.
Yeah.
But
no, that's the best part about this.
Yeah.
is we
want you to argue.
We want you to get the only people who you talking to today. Fortunately, right now in front of you is me and him. Right. We can't even worry about the hate comments. We can't.
Yeah.
Right.
We can't
because they're gonna come.
Right. They're gonna come. If until they're hating, we're not doing it right.
Yeah, but until I definitely am against it as well, but yeah.
Got you.
I agree with everything that you just said.
And I'm going to say this as a black woman. Last question. As a black woman, do you feel like you have faced any, I would say, injustices as a black woman, or do you feel like you've been discriminated against because you were solely black and a woman? Do you feel like it's been harder to get certain positions or move up in the world because of your race and gender?
That is a great question. I don't think I have. Now, that could come about, but that, I've never experienced that just yet. Yeah.
And that's a good thing, by the way. If you have not experienced it, that means
I hope
somebody's doing something right.
Yeah.
I did. So once again, racism is one of those, and me and him talked about it earlier on the thing. It's just we have to just keep it in charge. You know who's in charge of that, and in charge of keeping that down, and in charge of keeping that is us, as like you just said, a human race.
Right.
Yeah.
If we just continue to shun it, and we continue to look at him and go,
bro. And the crazy thing is, I just had a conversation with somebody about this.
If we just continue to do that, then we will get far. Because like there are towns that some people say you can't go to because it's super white and like people just kind of famously know it for niggas don't go.
Right.
Yeah.
It's such an unfortunate, slightly fortunate thing, almost all at the same time.
Right.
Because at least all of them over there.
Right.
Yeah.
The one thing we can still do as a human race is just, if they try to bring it, in particularly to Thompson, it is our job to kick it out the spot.
Right.
It is our job to find the cancer and fight against.
There you go.
Right.
That's it, man. I really appreciate y'all, especially coming where I'm working a little bit to get this done.
Yeah.
I feel like this was a pretty great intro. I feel like people got some nice stuff.
If they didn't,
from all of us.
I'm just playing. We're not doing this for you. We don't care about any of you guests. We don't care about any of you viewers. No, I'm just playing.
So y'all two are used to this, like the podcast.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Really? Yeah.
We've been talking like this since like senior year of high school.
Oh, okay. I can tell.
Yeah.
We gave our.
Don't worry, we gonna groove you in.
Don't worry, please, because I definitely gonna ask y'all like, how y'all think of it?
You did fine.
Okay.
No, seriously. For this to be something that you've not like regularly done, you did well.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, y'all. This is the first take. So help me, Jesus. I have restarted these multiple times.
Right.
These have taken me nearly 3 hours because every person who has started got through the first 20 minutes and said, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
He's been one of the only, other than all the business owners and him.
Yeah.
Everybody else who's been on there, I think, has done it once or twice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I mean, I was overthinking. I was like, I don't want them to think
So for going further on, because this was honestly supposed to be just introduction, kind of a short, cute little
But I like
video.
what we got. I like what we got because I can put some stuff in the caption now.
Yeah.
Abortion.
Yeah.
Trump.
Harris.
Yeah.
We can make it interesting to people, right?
Yeah.
But next, like what we want to do is we want to have more of a outline, so you can be more prepared, because we don't want anybody to get on camera and be like, but get freeze up. So we want you to know
some
what
Shannon
it is.
Sharp cards.
I can't wait to get them. I'm going to get them.
I felt bad when
get
you
the club shake card.
I don't know what you asked me, but I said I don't know.
You didn't have an answer for it, but that's okay, because guess what? That's a human instinct.
Right.
But see,
you know how some people aren't bold enough just to say, I don't know. Hell, I don't know how to fly a plane.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend
I
like I know how to
don't know.
do it.
That's a good question, but I have no clue. And I tell this job right here literally is the definition of that. Because people ask me questions all the time, like, shit, I don't know. I'm not on lawyer.
If I jump off the roof, but I'm holding alcohol, but I end up drunk on the way down.
Right. Right. If I still a public drunk. Listen.
I know, fam, what are you talking about?
Fam,
what you talking about?
Let me call somebody.
Yeah.
That's okay though. I want you to understand that tonight honestly just flowed so well that we just did this, but you did very well, and
I'm glad to hear
it.
Yes, you did.
And
out of our mouths, yes, you did.
You weren't prepared for any questions. Hell, we were coming up with the questions off the dome. We were just having a conversation, and that's what it is. And I think that's one of the reasons I didn't want to do a podcast, was because I felt a lot of them were so coached. A lot of them are just so. That's
why Joe Rogan is by far my favorite.
That's why Joe Rogan and Shannon Sharp, they are great, because Shannon Sharp, his is outline, but he also uses his outline, goes into their personal life, spill into a question here, then bounce off of 2 or 3 more things, and then come back in where it was organized. And that's what we did tonight. So I loved it. I mean,
I did too.
I think you're going to be a great addition. I'm glad to have you.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that.
But I got nothing else, man.
No, man. Honestly, thank y'all for tuning in. You should. By the way, this is going to be everywhere.
Right.
My stuff was only on YouTube, which was pretty ridiculous to begin with. But you'll see this on YouTube YouTube, at least YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook for sure.
We're gonna be on all platforms.
I'm working on the
All
Spotify,
platforms.
but we will be on every platform sooner than later.
And we also named our group chat something. We're not going to tell y'all what the name of the group chat is, but by the end of next year, we will be those.
We're gonna testify on it.
Yeah, that will, you know.
The day that comes to the light. And also, one thing I want to say is we want to take this serious. We want to make money doing this someday, and that is our 100% goal.
Right.
There's no hiding it. There's no shunning it. Right now, you ain't got to donate nothing. Just hit the thumbs up button.
Right.
Hit the subscribe button.
Right.
And tell me what you want us to talk about.
Let's go.
And we will try to discuss it because, like I just said, you got two people sitting down here already who having a conversation.
Yeah.
He Harris, I'm Trump. We supposed to hate each other.
Right. Because that's what America say. Because you like Trump, I can't be your friend.
We supposed to hate each other.
You know, but like I told people all the time, man, me and Rayvon are gonna forever be cool. Because we're great human beings, and what works for his life don't work for my life, and what works for my life don't work for his. But that don't mean we can't sit down and have a civilized conversation.
Trump trying to go.
You know,
my bad.
Oh, Trump.
Now, okay, I know we trying to end this, but I got one more thing.
Okay,
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
When you just asked me about the abortion thing, let's just take it back there real quick.
Okay.
Because now my thoughts are coming in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is how I feel.
It's coming from a woman.
Yes.
Woman.
I had to really, really think about it. So, God gave us free will.
Okay.
He is not making us believe in Him.
Right.
You know, He's not doing anything. It's up to us.
Correct.
So, yeah, I can think what I want to think
Right.
about abortion, but I feel like people should make their own choices.
Okay.
God gave us free will, so you know, I feel like they should have free will with that as well.
That's a
You know,
great
we
answer.
can have
Right.
our
That's a good
own
answer.
thoughts, but let them do. Yeah.
I like it. I'm still extremely up and down about like where it should fall. I'm still up and down about where it should fall as far as like legalities. But pretty much Dinquan explained it the same way you explained it.
Yeah.
For me, my beliefs, from what I understand, from what I read in my book, at the moment of conception, God has already thought about them.
Yeah.
And any person who's completely thought out in the beautiful mind of God is now an individual to me.
Right.
And if 3 forms of bacteria is life on Mars, a heartbeat is a life on Earth.
Yeah. I like that.
So I do want now, but now like
I'm gonna have to pick my analogies up with this guy. Hey.
you know, yeah, no, for real though. Like, you know,
I like that.
if we collect the sand and dust talking about something, we might be able to live here type deal.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? But don't. And also too, another thing is, the only, like, and once again, just to go back to the only thing we can do, and they love to talk about instances of rape. Just get up tomorrow and make sure you're in a safe neighborhood. True to God. True to God. Work that hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. My mama, with always not having money, and it could have just been the way housing might have been easier at the time or something. But when I was a kid, my mama still managed to, during the working fast food restaurant jobs, managed to usually keep me at least on the more semi-decent side of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Each and every time.
Yeah.
So just whenever you're thinking about the safety of your daughters, the safety of your sons and stuff like that, think about the neighborhood that you provided them with. Think about the mind, like you said. Think about the mindset. Think about the people that they're around each and every day.
Yeah. Because that is where it comes from.
Who are these people?
Yeah.
Like, my child did not go to daycare. My child went to daycare as soon as my fiance got a job at a daycare. And that was the same daycare.
My children will never go to a daycare unless Officer Lucas can get access to the camera and see what the teacher is doing in the classroom at all times.
Because it is weird to me. It is weird to me to walk up to a daycare, and for me to not meet every single person that is in that entire room.
Right.
Because that is completely weird to me. Because who are you to not double check the sex offenders list?
Yeah, that boys. Listen, that's another. We got to get another pod because I just came up with 5 questions right there from that sentence.
Yeah, because who are you to not?
I'm gonna ask you because you a dad. I'm gonna ask you because you're a dad. You don't have any kids, but I'm gonna ask you because you're a dad. What is your policy, or do you have a policy for anybody to stay over your house or your children to stay over someone else's house? What is that requirement? Do you have a requirement?
Yeah. So there's a requirement. And I'm gonna say it's extremely easy because they're young right now. It's grandma house.
Okay. Yeah.
The other grandma house.
Yeah.
And the other grandma house.
Yeah, I know. That's it.
That's it.
Yes,
right.
and I'm gonna tell you
honestly,
why.
God, especially while they.
Yeah.
Especially while they right here.
Yeah.
That's fine and cool. But I'm gonna tell. But I am going to tell, because even I had nothing to say against this. And you know, we badass kids when we growing up. When my mama said, "I don't know them," you got a point.
But
It's like you got a point. You got a point,
Mama. That's
you got
correct.
a point.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you've been.
It's like you got a point. And my job beyond everything else in this world is to make sure that you are safe.
Yeah.
Especially as a dad, I will be taking any bullets. I will be taking any knives. I will jump off the cliff if that means you got to live tomorrow.
Yeah. When my mom, I'm just add this in.
Go ahead.
You know, I would always want to spend a night at this part. You know, she'll let me go over. First, she gonna know where I'm going. She gonna meet them.
Yeah.
And it took her the longest to even say yes.
Yeah.
But I could not spend a night. And I used to get so mad. Like, everybody else spend a
Right.
night. You know, they having a, you know.
And everybody else getting touched.
But now, right. Now
Everybody else getting kissed. Everybody else is exposed to these
now
movies.
that I am older,
Yeah.
I thank her.
Yeah.
I think, even though
Yeah.
I was mad then and I just wanted, you know, why? I know, yeah.
Man.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, that just opened up another question. God,
5, 6, 7, 8 questions. We gotta go.
Yeah,
We gotta go.
We're gonna be here all night.
We're gonna suck at
I'm
ending
telling
these.
you.
We're gonna suck at ending these. But
We have got to get more organized here.
Yes.
but I've been Ray Vaughn.
Oh, wait, what did you say?
I said I've been Ray
Oh,
Vaughn. No, you
I've
straight.
been Jakaya.
And I am Decorn Lucas.
I don't know why they say I've been. Like, am I not the same person after I was
I
born?
hope
I
I've
know,
been the
right?
same. I'm gonna be Dior Drez today. I don't know.